are we going to head to? Let's bring up the map veto. Since it's the first play day, both teams ban 3 maps, one after the other. We get left with 1. So let's go and talk about the bans for a minute, because I want to give credit to the bans. So Kanga get rid of Club, Border, and Bank. Border is Fnatic's statistically best map. I'm not saying it is their best map, but everyone bans that against them. And it's pretty good for Kanga, but I think they just don't want to play it. Fnatic on it. Club and Club and Bank. Oh, well, they just played Bank, so probably don't want to go back there with, they think that Fnatic are going to adjust. Any other highlights there, or just want to talk about Consulate?
I guess we probably just move on to Consulate, because it's a map that I get the impression that they're going to be stronger than they were on Bank. I guess we mentioned that even in the pre-show for the first map, that Bank... Fnatic.
Okay, yeah.
Because we mentioned before map 1 that Bank wasn't really going to be the greatest map for them, and it showed it in some respect. But Consulate is a map that they have played quite a bit. Not the best win rate again, so it's not up there with their other strong maps. It's still behind the likes of Cafe, Clubhouse, Coastline, Border in terms of win percentage. But they have gone there quite a bit, so they have a lot of experience, and that should shine.
They recently beat Homeless 7-2 on this map in the 6 Invitational ANZ online qualifier. So I think that's the main thing they'll be looking to. Whereas for Kanga, my stats, I've just got 2 draws and 1 loss. And I don't have all their stats, but it's not super good. Anyway, let's see what you guys reckon. Last time it was about 80% of you guys thought Fnatic was going to win. You guys were wrong. What do you guys reckon this time? Let's spin up the poll vote. Okay, same thing.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked and appalled. Yeah, I mean, same. I can't blame him. I feel like, is it even slightly higher, or is it slightly lower than...
It's higher for Kanga. Was it 7% for Kanga in the last
I think you might be right. Hey, there you go. Kanga, you've earned some new fans. Congrats. Good on ya.
Still starting with Fnatic personally, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got the first day of the ANZ Pro League, and we actually have a team with an Australian animal as their icon. And I kind of like that.
I guess it's a shame we don't have Outback in the pool.
A shame for us as spectators, maybe not a shame for you guys playing it. It's not quite ready to be in Pro League, as we are ready to get into this game. It is Consulate here, Kanga versus Fnatic. Let's get straight on in.
Consulate will be the map. Very exciting to jump into this one. A map that has been in the game for such a long time now. It was released when the game was first launched. Then it got buffed during Grim Sky. A couple of changes were made. You're laughing at me, Dev, because I wrote down these stats.
Because you were telling me before this broadcast about how you wrote down when all the maps got buffed and reworked, and you got like the dates there. Tell me what date? What was the date that this map buff got released?
The 4th of the 9th, 2018.
Okay.
So a long while ago.
That's actually we're in 2020 now.
Oof. We have 2020 vision.
Oh man, there are so many ways that you could have executed that joke better, and you just opted to go with the most lowball way, and I'm disappointed.
I mean, the meme's dead, so...
The meme is dead. But, I mean, I think the hope for Kanga is still alive. Map 1 was pretty good. 6-6 draw. And moving into map number 2, Fnatic going to get rid of the Thatcher, which is that they just always ban Thatcher these days. It started just like in the last few months since they picked up Tex and Mentalist, and they just consistently ban Thatcher. Valkyrie's an operator they use really well, but so did Kanga. And it's so good on Consulate too, getting that information, playing aggressive. They'll get rid of that. Force them not to play RQ so much. Nomad and Maestro taken off for Kanga. Nomad's really good on Consulate because there are so many runouts and so many rotations that you can cut off with those Nomad charges. So getting rid of that will allow Kanga to play a bit more freely. Fnatic, of course, also can take advantage of that. The Maestro going means we're probably going to see a bit more echo from both of these teams.
And I guess just backtracking for a sec to the ban phase, of course, Thatcher being off the board, we didn't see a Cade ban, and we know that Fnatic at the 6 Invitational Qualifier LAN, I think it was Lusty, played quite a bit of Cade and was placing them in some really sneaky positions on this very map. And to be able to take those out, 1, being able to find them, 2, being able to actually get utility to that to take it out, that's going to be a challenge. Without that EMP, that can just be tossed out and just obliterates anything within its range. So that's going to be something to be mindful of the second half. Because, of course, Kanga are defending first.
You know what else? You were talking about Fnatic in the 6 Invitational Qualifiers, and they played this map. And they played this map against Xavier. That was amazing, because it started off, and Fnatic were doing so well. It was like 5-2. This is the grand final. This is the map to get Fnatic sent over to Invitational, right? And then what happened? We started to see Xavier pick Finka consistently, and Dokkaebi consistently. and they were just rushing the site, and it worked so well. And it wasn't a cheese strat, it was Xavier playing so well. I guess FNATIC was taking some notes or something because they got Finka.
They might have remembered it, maybe.
They've got Finka. Oh man, they were scarred, and I think they've now been like, oh, let's try what Xavier do. They got Finka, they got Dokkaebi. I don't know whether that's the boss G on the Dokkaebi, but this should be very interesting. Mira, however, is in, and Mira is a great operator for denying these rushes. So we'll see how it pans out and whether FNATIC can pull this off.
Nice to see Mira on the board, an operator that doesn't get a lot of love since the bans were introduced. Mira's banned very, very often. Worthy though, he's above. That drone gave away his position. Virtue deletes him. Good night. Worthy off the board. And a player that's been quite prominent. Map number 1. But round 1, map 2, he's going to have 0 impact. Forfeit the control above for FNATIC. And it's going to be up to Kanga now to try and hold them off potentially on the first floor. But they're probably just going to have to hunker down below now.
Yeah, it really was excellent teamwork there, as you said. Drone from Magnet, shot from Virtue. There's actually not a full set of reinforcements on the main wall, which is an interesting ideology there, an interesting strategy. Seriously, Thumbnail's going to go for this aggressive play all the way up these. I guess Nomad's banned, so he doesn't have to worry about those, but he's likely to get drone. He does, in fact. We've seen Thumbnail go for aggressive plays all day, and I feel like it really hasn't been working out for him, not as much as it has for players like Worthy.
I think if there's any time to go for it, it probably is now, because Worthy got taken out quite early. Thumbnail not in the best position to do it though, as he mentioned. Those drones coming out, Magnet with another, probably spotted him again. FNATIC very efficient with their drones so far. Tex is trying to hunt down this kill. He's being finger charged, but he doesn't quite make use of that. Instead playing quite passive, allowing Thumbnail to scathe away with his life, no damage taken.
Gets back to site 2. We do still have one roamer or semi-roamer playing hard inside the bathroom as Wayne man the smoke. And Tex, instead of droning this lobby, he's actually going to use his Zephyr concussion to try and clear it. That's a bit strange. And
next level face check.
Yeah, and then Thumbnail just went straight downstairs, straight up Visa stairs, straight all the way to the top to Projector and killed Virtue upstairs. He did get traded, but man, that was very effective.
Thumbnail has been downed above. I'm assuming FNATIC are aware of this. So that'll leave it in a 4-on-3, 45 seconds left on the board. Kanga still in a winnable position. Leb has not Mirror in hand, rather Echo. So he'll be able to use those drones to deny the plant if it comes out too late here from FNATIC. FNATIC, of course, don't have a Thatcher. That was banned out. So it's going to be pretty tough to take these drones out. No IQ either to spot them, so it's going to be up to them to just hard force themselves in towards the site. Unit gets overzealous there. That's Magnet taking him out. So it's effectively a 4-on-2 as Thumbnail is still down above. Magnet's going to push from behind. Tex gets Leb, so it's a 4-on-1. Wayne Man on the smoke. He's playing above. He could actually get the res here on Thumbnail. This could be big. Surely there's not a way that they deny this from above. Surely FNATIC haven't opened up the angles and are covering them if they have. Lusty will be planning over towards the white van as Wayneman makes his way down spiral stairs. The position is being watched to his hard right, and he will be instantly taken out. Thumbnail gets 1 from Yellow, and it's up to him to get 3 more, but he can't even do that. FNATIC will take the round in convincing fashion. Kanga just not really having an answer there, getting shut down on the roam.
Yeah, I will say Kanga did get the 1 kill on the roam. That was Thumbnail taking out, I think it was Virtue up top. But yeah, Worthy really eliminated without much contest. And FNATIC did good to regain their composure and execute onto the bomb site. I will say there was the possibility there for Kanga to take out the planter from above. The spot that was being planted behind White Van does have destructible floor from above. And there was a shotgun from Wayne. There's a shotgun from Wayne that he could have used to open up the floor and shoot that spot, but they clearly just didn't have info on where the plant was going down. So imagine in an alternate reality where Kanga had some kind of Valkyrie camera, Echo drone, Mozzie drone, still on site, and they knew where that plant was going, or even if they had pre-opened holes, which is so unlikely with Garage Take, they could have denied that and won that based on that.
And I guess reflecting upon the very first kill of that round, it was Worthy taken out on the roam. Magnet with a very sneaky drone, and Spruce is going to hate me for mentioning this on stream, but I remember talking to him after their 6 Masters loss against FNATIC, where they got absolutely pummeled. One of the things that they found so difficult was finding FNATIC's drones, and I'm assuming that this is a trend that continues across all their games, where their drones are in not only positions that are hard to find, but ones that are effective, where they know that players can potentially rotate, they can shut that down. And in that first round, it worked them wonders.
And you can see Unit's going to be trying to hunt for those drones, chuck some pest traps up. Oh, Thumbnail finds one. Couple things, if people watching this stream thinking, oh, I want to see how can I drone better? How can I drone like FNATIC? Just keep an eye on things that they do. Watch when they rotate or don't rotate their drones, because of course moving the drones, jumping with the drones, these make noise. Sometimes people will choose not to rotate their drone so as to not reveal its position. Also, of course, there are plenty of cheeky drone spots you might find.
Oof. Unit almost gets taken down from the front door. He's playing over towards the spiral stairs, but he scathes away with just a slither of health, and he'll be able to remain alive for at least a little bit longer in this round. Virtue gets Worthy, so Worthy once again the opening death for Kanga, one of their top fraggers, the top performers, taken off the board, shut down, obliterated, and unfortunately that really does lower Kanga's chances of taking the round, particularly on a site where you want manpower late. Thumbnail again on the roam, Dev. You've been a little bit critical of his impact so far. He's on the Pulse this time. Do you think he's going to have better luck?
Pulse is definitely a good operator to have for this situation. I believe that player is actually on Destructible Floor, but Thumbnail doesn't... Oh no, he's on the table. Smart move. Thumbnail wants to go for it, but it's very likely that there's a drone here for that player. Oh no, what a flick! Perfect job there from Tex. Takes a lot of damage, but he does punish Thumbnail there.
Tex, an absolute machine. Of course, coming across from that Sinister lineup. Been playing quite well so far tonight.
This is a lobby defense as well, or a lobby attack, depending on which perspective you're talking about. Oh! Ooh. That's a grenade. Definitely didn't want to have the grenade out in that situation, but FNATIC getting close to executing here. They haven't cleared out all these players, and Leb finishes off Magnet.
Oh, that's an angle.
Virtue also all the way downstairs, trying to contest up top. Unit's aware of it. Leb taken down just Wayne and Unit, but Wayne's going to finish off Tex. 3 versus 2 for FNATIC. And Unit's going to start opening up some angles, looking to deny the plant. Still 2 gas babes left for Wayne, but he's not really in a position to use them to deny positioning from FNATIC. The question is, what information do Kanga have?
Both of these remaining players do have a shotgun to generate some soft breach down below and create some angles, but Unit is on such slow health that even a half attempt at a floor bang above should be successful. Wayne Man, seemingly aware of that, is going to now try and get aggressive down yellow as the rest of FNATIC sort of establish their attack from outside. Mentalist is on the rappel. Virtue is actually inside. Catches one off, guys. That's Unit off the board, and it's now a 3-on-1. Wayne Man is still crouched, walking down the stairs, but the pre-placed player to cut off that rotate does his job. That's Mentalist getting that kill, and FNATIC will take 2 straight.
Very nice job from FNATIC, and well, time was ticking away, but they baited Kanga perfectly, and I think that's the second round in a row where I feel like Kanga have had insufficient information. Something that FNATIC rarely seems to be in a drought of, which is that constant stream of information. Kanga didn't know what was happening on the bomb site, which means both of them had to start moving. We had to see Unit, this was the smoke of Wayne, pushing down yellow stairs. That's not a great position to be pushing. Yes, if you're trying to get back to site, it's the main route, but first of all, you're exposed to the piano doorway as you peek around the corner. Then you're exposed to the bottom spiral and that Z hallway, or people call it Z, people call it bench. And then you're exposed to the soda machines to your left and exposed to inside of piano as well. And the piano windows where eventually he died. So many angles that he had to check, and he's just not going to be able to have any kind of success in that situation. So being forced to move from a lack of information really helped out FNATIC there.
We are going to see Kanga re-attempt below. They played it in round number 1. Didn't really have much success as FNATIC over on the site. Kanga on this occasion are bringing a Kai. That'll be Unit playing that. I wonder if he's going to place them on sneaky positions to try and hold off the garage, or maybe even to try and help fortify the bathroom position. Of course, if you look to your top left next to FNATIC, they took out Thatcher, as they love to do. That means that taking out those electro claws will be very challenging if FNATIC can only do that with soft breach. They did bring a Twitch on the board, so they won't be able to do it any other way. Unless they shoot it.
Yeah, true. Well, you assume that Unit would put them in places that are difficult to get shot. We saw some great placements of cage charges on the weekend from FNATIC. We have 4 grenades, 2 from Virtue, 2 for Magnet, assuming Magnet is running grenades. And Tex also has explosives. All of these things could potentially be used. I think that is one K charge destroyed, and now Lusty's going to open up the far left-hand side panel. A drone checks that's going to work out. Yeah, no walkers. As the wall open, Magnet peeking on in, getting quite aggressive. We have no idea when he'll peek in. Oh, a grenade going to get sent over to the other side of the yellow stairs. You can see he's going to try to destroy this electrical, but he doesn't know where it is. He's used all his grenades now, so it's going to be on Virtue, and that's a good nailed grenade. There you go, perfect usage. 4 grenades, and Magnet's just going to send it all the way inside. I think he got spotted out. Echo Drone stuns him. Removes that adrenal boost, but he can find 1 kill. That's unit gone down. Lusty's in as well. Mentalist finds one. Wayne's above, but he can't find any kills on those entry players. It's all too little too late for Kanga.
It's a 3-on-5. Thumbnail has control above. Worthy's going to forfeit it by going down Spiral. Lusty once again will go for the plant like he did in round number 1 as Mentalist secures his double magnet as well, secures his, and now Worthy needs to push down the corridor and try and get a pick, but once again, like the previous 3 rounds, he hasn't had an impact on proceedings, and FNATIC will flawlessly take the round. And if you took out the .FNC there from their names and put in, like, I don't know, Xavier, I would be very convinced it was actually Xavier playing.
That was look, there were flavors of Xavier mixed in to that with what, how long was it? A minute 30. They just like, yeah, let's full send. Let's move in. They had droned it once or twice, so that was, you know, they are being thorough. They acting on information, and that was great. But what I will say is, what was I going to say?
I don't know, you tell me.
I don't know. I actually, I thought it was going to be about the grenades, because that was the thing that really stood out to me in that round. Lots of grenades. First grenade I think went through the drone hole to take out the first electric claw, which allowed Lusty to plant on the left side panel. And then grenades from Magnet were used to flush out positions around White Van. And I think he was trying to destroy barbed wire potentially too, any bulletproof cameras or Maestro fan bulletproofs potentially. But then a grenade from Virtue was essential. It opened up the right-hand panel by destroying that electric claw that was covering the right-hand panels. And then we saw Lusty open up that thermite wall. I really liked that. It was very good.
Well, I mean, we didn't quite get to see exactly where those claws were placed, but let's say theoretically Kanga did the same or similar spots to what FNATIC used at that LAN for the 6th Invitational qualifier. You would think that FNATIC, a team with the resources and time that they have, would have invested some sort of thought into, oh, what if a team actually steals this? Like,
yeah,
know how to counter
their own
strat.
Yeah.
Because if they overlooked that and maybe didn't think about doing that, that would have been costly.
It is a bit of a risk though, because if FNATIC run a defensive strat, and then on their attack, they run the attacking strat that counters that, people can watch their VODs and they can firstly learn what FNATIC do on their defenses, and secondly learn how to counter it.
Counter the counter strats to their own counter strat.
But yeah, and then FNATIC have to, well, maybe you use ADSs. Maybe you stack up ADSs on the drone hole so that they can't destroy that. Maybe that's a secret.
But then someone could go yellow and shoot them out.
Well, it'll be interesting once we see the side switch over and Kanga gets onto the attack. If FNATIC runs that strat downstairs with the Cade and the electric claws, is Kanga going to be able to deal with it? And have they done their research?
Jumping into round number 4 though. We're going to see Thumbnail inside of admin getting aggressive there on Tex. He gets a couple of shots onto him, but not enough to get the kill. He finally will secure it though, so Thumbnail finally on the roam dev. He will have an impact. Took his time, but he managed to do it, and now he's in a position to potentially get 1 or 2 more as the rest of FNATIC try and converge on this position and try and refrag Tex off. It looked like potentially Mentalist went inside of Printer and he's actually flanked all the way around here in the perfect position to take this player out. And potentially Thumbnail's heard him. It looks like he is worried that a player has flanked behind him and he's going to try and find him in doing so. Mentalist in a very good position will catch him off guard, and it's now a 4-on-4. Magnet gets Worthy as well over towards the Visa office. So just like that, Dev, halfway through the round, and it's 4-on-3, and he gets another. Wayne Man gets baited. Magnet secures his double.
And he's going to keep sending it with the pistol. Loses that next fight, but it's just Leb versus the world. Virtue pushing down the spiral stairs. Leb needs to turn this into 3 1v1s. And look, FNATIC aren't a team that's going to give him that. He wants someone to peek him from yellow, but no, that's Lusty. He's just going to go all the way outside, open up the main wall. Could be a 3 versus 1. FNATIC's still going to sweat it out, as they should. Do the strat. 3 versus 1, treat it like a 3 versus 5.
Another position that I've seen FNATIC use is that shield exactly where Leb just jumped over. So I feel like Kanga are definitely using potentially a lot of the setup that FNATIC has used. And as I mentioned, if FNATIC have found a way to counter their own strats, that's a pretty dangerous way to approach it. There you go, Virtue just deletes him from that position.
That's a cheeky as angle. Not only is he watching through the bars like on a square angle, but he's watching diagonally so that there's no possible way that he can get fought on that angle. But yeah, I agree with you. It is a bit dangerous from FNATIC, and I guess we'll see if Kanga is playing these strategies, these defensive setups that we're used to FNATIC playing, that we saw them play on the weekend. Is that because Kanga have done their research, done their voting of FNATIC, watched this weekend and incorporated those strategies into their setups? And if so, how is Kanga going to fare when they're attacking FNATIC's defenses? Because if Kanga are doing these setups because they've seen FNATIC, that means they've watched a lot of FNATIC VODs, which means they'll be familiar with everything that FNATIC bring to the table, in theory, unless the FNATIC keep changing things. And it means that Kanga could have a serious shot on their attacking half.
Unfortunately, though, they are 4-0 down already.
It's pretty grim.
So they need to get a couple more rounds here, otherwise their chances of success really do drop off the more rounds they lose. If we look at the stats here, even a 4-2 half in favor of FNATIC would leave Kanga in a position of only winning the match with like a 14% success rate. So, yikes. I wouldn't want to be them in that spot.
No, for sure. So I guess what you're saying there is that the stats that you've got show that
they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Basically, if you want to be blunt.
Yeah. So this is the first time that Kanga are trying up this top floor bomb site though. So that's good. You know, they're mixing things up. They're going to go to console office. It tends to be the primary site at your lower level, your ranked, even at high level rank, because it's a site where you can play so aggressively. But once you have teams who are really good at repelling and cutting off rotations, this becomes a very difficult site to sit on. And this is great. Already 3 flashbangs go in to chew up some of these ADSs so that Virtue can throw in a frag. But he heard 3 flashbangs went through, all got chewed out. Now each ADS chews up 2 flashbangs, and you hear that one goes in successfully, means there's no ADSs left. A nade follows that up, but Wayne Man realizes after all his ADSs have been wasted, he'll just hang all the way back, and he's thankful for it because that's 2 nades that would have otherwise killed him.
Wayman prone under the window, being pressured from there as well. Needs to be mindful that his head doesn't get taken off. Unit, he'll stop another drone from gathering intel from yellow as Tex is below trying to get an angle.
Oh!
It could be taken out. The timing was not great for him, but he gets away with his life as Thumbnail drops Virtue. That could have been a lot worse for FNATIC, but Thumbnail, he's been the thorn in their side at the moment. Lusty gets taken out too, and it's a 3-on-5. Kanga have a point to prove, and they're not going to go down this half without a fight.
If only FNATIC had someone rappelling on the bathroom, private bathroom window on the top floor, cutting off the rotation between the top yellow stairs and bathroom, they would have 100% gotten the kill on Wayne Man, because either Wayne Man stays in yellow stairs and he dies to the grenade, or he leaves to rotate in bathroom and he dies to the person on the window. But no, that was FNATIC getting a bit over ahead of themselves, and now it's spiraling in the opposite direction. Worthy finds one to add to Thumbnail's early picks. It's only on Tex and Mentalist. Now, the 2 members of the team, we know they're good. Mental finds one. He's in the middle of the bomb site. He gets traded out, but this is, you know, not an enviable position for Tex, and that'll close it out. Kanga, they get 1 round, and look, I'm not gonna lie, that was a great play from Thumbnail to get aggressive, but was enabled by some players from FNATIC that I expected better from them.
The flush out there of yellow looked promising with the nades from Virtue, and then
when
we went to Tex, I genuinely thought he was repelled. It looked like he was repelled on the window, but no,
really?
he wasn't. He wasn't, because he was on the ground and he was shooting from below, which I thought was pretty questionable. Yes, it could have netted the kill, but as he mentioned, it really prevented the actual runaway or the escape from Wayman from being covered.
If you're Wayne Man there and you escape yellow stairs and 3 flashbangs go in and 2 Zephyr charges and 2 grenades, and that doesn't kill you, but you've lost your ADSs, whew, you've done so much work.
Because then FNATIC have
and you're still alive.
0 utility.
They have no utility left. You could even, if you wanted to play, if you wanted to do something cheeky, you rotate back into yellow stairs knowing they have no grenades left, unless if they brought another grenade operator like Finka. So, I mean, FNATIC played into Kanga's hands, and all it took was Tex not to be repelling on that private bathroom window, and that started everything, because had they killed Wayne Man, I don't think Thumbnail would have been... I don't think FNATIC would have been so distracted that they would let Thumbnail get away with what he did, which was run around CEO like a madman.
And I think that round really does highlight how unique, in some respects, and how unforgiving Siege is as an esport. It takes one split-second mistake from one player to potentially collapse an entire round.
FNATIC did so many things right. They threw in 6 pieces of utility, and that was perfect. And it was so timely. But they just didn't have one guy repelling on one window, watching one angle, and therefore it was bad. So punishing, isn't it? All right, so FNATIC, it's their last attack here, and well, they could be happy even if they lose this round that they've had a successful attack off. I don't think they will be happy unless if they nail this round too, but Kanga are going to meet them with a fight here. Admin windows, very strong repelling position for FNATIC, and I don't think Kanga have any pressure from below to C4, so we should see a successful take of admin here, but that's when we'll choke up at the choke points in paper, printer room, and also this front desk area.
Tex getting aggressive on Zofia. No repelling from him in this round either as he's pushing from the admin side of the building, draining himself forward. He spots 2 players and pings them out at the end of the hallway. He's going to drone again, Magnet as well, trying to act off those calls by the looks of things. He's actually going to use one of those bolts towards the desk. Virtue as well is there to support. He's on the buck. FNATIC once again proving, flexing their muscles a little bit, that they are all very able and willing to play whatever operator as Virtue gets one. Worthy gets Mentalist though, so it is a 4-on-4. Worthy had a limited impact so far, but he's currently playing quite aggressively on yellow, trying to support unit playing from bathroom. Tex gets thumbnail though to shut him down. Worthy gets rezzed as well, so he's full HP by that stim. And FNATIC looking okay, but haven't done a lot to establish control above.
Yeah, remember this is lobby defense, so they've taken good control of admin, and yeah, 1 for 2 is not too bad. They lost their potential for hard breaching, but that's not super essential on lobby. They still have a lot of utility. Also, they do have a thermite, but I mean, realistically, you're not going to use a thermite for anything here. In all likelihood, just a good gun.
Just ACOG. Yeah,
ACOG and a good gun, low recoil, high damage. So you can see FNATIC pinned out that bulletproof camera. They've identified they'll need to get rid of that before they go for a plant in lobby, or anything in lobby, really, any presence. Virtue's actually going to try and take it out with the grenade. Amazing observing. I don't know whether that was Liberate MC, but that was amazing.
Beautiful.
And it does destroy that bulletproof. Perfect.
That allows Tex now to push in from the front door, looking above him potentially for maybe any sort of echo drones that could be placed on the roof. He doesn't spot any. Not exactly sure where Leb has placed them, but either way, they're going to start setting up for the plant. Lusty pushing in quite aggressively. Cross has been smoked and the plant should go down. Where is that echo drone from Leb? Surely he's going to deny this plant. Come on, there we go. Denies it once. At least 15 seconds on the board now for Kanga to hold out. Lusty's going to reattempt the plant. Tex is going to try and shoot the drone, but oh, he almost denies it, but no, there we go. Tex takes it out. Leb and
no!
Are from the side, inside of anti-chamber. Doesn't quite get the kill that was needed. Lusty and Tex clean it up, and FNATIC will take a 5-1 half.
That was so good. And really, Tex at the end there, managing to nail that echo drone, really helped out, force the echo to get aggressive, and Virtue meanwhile was popping off elsewhere. Great round from FNATIC. It was like it wasn't without its issues near the start. They did lose a player, but very well done. I'm not sure whether they took out the default camera in lobby, but I guess it didn't matter in the end because they took out the bulletproof that they were worried about, and they were looking for echo drones. I thought the default cam was still up, but I guess it doesn't matter as much if their echo drones were there anyway. So 5-1. We a bit of a contrast to last game where we had Kanga get to 5 rounds first and even 6 rounds. FNATIC are 1 round away from setting themselves a 2nd point for the night, and 2 rounds away from going home with 4 after the day, which is not bad. Still less than Onyxian did. Onyxian finished today with a full 6. Of course, we have some matches tomorrow night as well, and the standings after the first week can be deceiving, but if Wildcard do well against Homeless tomorrow and Mindfreak do well against Fury, we could see FNATIC 4th on the standings. But that happens in the first week. We'll see how that continues later on.
I guess honing in on this matchup here, I have some pretty dire statistics for the Kanga fans out there, because across the entirety of Phantom Side and Ember Rise, a team has never won from a 5-1 deficit when the defenders had the lead overall in any official match.
What? No way.
Right there.
Where'd you get this from, mate?
It's from Reddit. So
from Reddit?
Hey,
All right.
I'm Tyrannos. They
hey, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You
Hey,
said
but
it.
there is a chance for a 15%
I mean,
chance of a draw, so we could say draw.
I mean, the R6 Pro League subreddit was actually created by the guys who ended up creating Siege GG, and they are fantastic at what they do. I don't know how involved they are anymore in managing that subreddit, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of good content on there. And if your stats are correct, then that's very good for FNATIC. Not good.
Pretty good. Yeah,
Kanga, pretty good. You'll only have to break history here, Kanga.
I mean, they played well in the first map. Probably not quite well enough to back myself in saying they're going to win this. Yeah, they're so close in that first map. They could have taken it, but FNATIC, they did a FNATIC, didn't they?
They did. And here, Lusty's got the first kill.
That's one for him and Thumbnail off the board again. So we've seen Thumbnail early in this map, shut down quite easily. Then he sort of made a comeback in the last few rounds, but unfortunately, he is the opening death there for Kanga.
Lusty actually played so... Sorry, I was just going to say, Lusty played so well on that Mozzie role, roaming when he was playing against Xavier. So good.
And I get the impression that Worthy as well from Kanga hasn't had the biggest impact either. So that some of the players that had the biggest impact on the last map been a little bit quieter here on map number 2. Maybe that has been reflected in the scoreboard somewhat. Worthy is on the buck on this occasion. He'll be able to use that to open angles from above as Kanga are really attempting to gain control. Leb has the diffuser outside over towards the entrance to yellow, so it looks like they're probably setting up for a relatively default plant towards garage. But they have a lot of obstacles that they need to jump through, and that's one more. Virtue drops a unit. It's a 5-on-3.
Yeah, FNATIC have absolutely regained their confidence here. They're just going to keep running around the map. I don't know where they're getting this info, if they're getting info from, because they could get it from Pulse Scanner, but he's not using a scanner right now. They could get it from Lusty's Mozzie drones, but I'm not sure if they're doing that right now. Kanga does open an entrance into the bomb site, but Lusty refrags Worthy after he takes out Virtue, and now Lusty opens up a hole from above. Wayneman, a run outside. I'm not sure if that was... Wait, what? I'm heckin' confused right now, but it's all over for Kanga as FNATIC clean up that round with ease. Now, Kanga may have opened that exterior wall, but FNATIC did not reel back. They just kept on turning it up.
I stand by my stats, Dev. 0% continues.
Yep, there you go. And we're on match point now as well. So FNATIC's looking pretty good. I think this is what we expected in map 1. So my question, what was it for FNATIC? Was it that Bank isn't a good map, or was it that they took some while to hit their stride, or was it that Kanga were just so much better on Bank than they are here? I
mean, to say that they're not great on Bank would probably be a little bit of a basic sort of analysis, because they're not amazingly better on Consulate. They are slightly better, yeah, but they're not amazingly better.
They beat Cloud9 on Bank. Come on, like, I think that's really impressive. Even though Cloud9 isn't what they used to be, I definitely think that beating a Pro League team on that shows that they're not bad at the map. And
it's just not as strong as their other ones, though. At least historically, maybe this roster change has injected some new life. Maybe Mentalists, maybe Techs have brought some stuff that they had from their previous teams over towards that Bank, and they've invested a lot of time into learning it a little bit better.
Yeah, well, Dizzle was telling me on Sunday, he was saying, because statistically, FNATIC's map pool looks really good except Villa. Villa looks like their map they just insta-ban, they don't want to play. FNATIC said that they were happy to play it, but it's clearly not their favored. And for Bank, Dizzle was saying, they didn't explicitly say they were working on it, but it was subtext. And they had some specific things that they had clearly been working on. For example, that skylight drop through the main stairs. And yeah, I definitely think that it was a good map for Bank. That's why I want to give Kanga the credit for the fight that they put up on that map. Now, Consulate, on the other hand, it might not be the best map for FNATIC, but it's still pretty damn good. And I think they're showcasing that here. But more so, I do have a feeling...
What? Magnet?
What?
Hello? What? Where is that? Try and find him, MC. Come on, where is he?
What?
Front door? No?
Oh
wow,
my
what
God!
the hell? With the pistol!
I mean,
that is not... Oh, whoa. That is not allowed.
I'm surprised he didn't chuck a good night in chat, because, look, I don't condone toxicity, and I'm not really a fan of when all these players chuck good night in chat, but that would have been warranted, man.
That was good night worthy.
That was good night worthy. I mean, except it
wasn't worthy, but you know what I mean.
Ha!
Good joke.
I mean, he brought the shotgun. That's why he used the pistol, for context there. We saw Magnet had shotgun. He's going to take a long fight. He's using the pistol. And look, FNATIC may be playing hyper-aggressive now, but Leb's having none of it. He'll find one kill. Let's see if Thumbnail has jitters on his entry upstairs, as this is a garage defense, but FNATIC are running around like crazy on this roam.
Thumbnail has been hot and cold here on map number 2. And if there's any time you want to be hot, it's right about now, because FNATIC are on match point. If you lose one more round, you will be heading home with just the 1 point from map number 1. Thumbnail unable to find a pick, looking to potentially drop the balcony. That could be risky. Goes for it. That's going to give a big sound cue to the player playing to his left. Shooting will probably do that as well. It's still safe for the meantime as the rest of Kanga establish control above. And this split site can cause issues for attackers because they don't play it as often. It's an objective that when it was first introduced in that buff that I mentioned earlier, Dev, is an objective that FNATIC have played quite a bit.
Yep, they do love this one, and wow, that's nasty. C4 up through the hatch on the bottom. Oh, another one for Magnet, the triple on the round. Come on, Magnet, give me the ace. I want to see it.
We're so close to an ace in the very first map tonight. Surely Magnet can pull up here and get a fast one.
Mental, come
Mentalist.
on, bro.
Ah.
Oh, well, come on. Okay, this is the final moments. We got to hype this up, guys. 1 versus 4. And it's not going to happen. Yeah, so much for that. That is GG. It was a valiant effort tonight from Kanga, but it's got to end at some point, and FNATIC are the Grim Reapers tonight.
A bit of a dream run of sorts in map number 1, but they're unable to really replicate that there on Consulate. They look so strong, Dev, on Bank, but Consulate was just another story. Unit in GG, I'm trash. I think Kanga need to be happy with how they played that. They didn't perform really that poorly by any standard. And look, if they can at least learn something from that second map, I think they'll be pretty happy.
I think Unit's just a bit sad because of the donut, but ooh, look at this.
That's cool.
I like that. Team FNATIC does win. And yeah, you can get that Nomad skin, by the way. We saw a couple teams running it.
I have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool.
Nice. I don't think I have the Nomad one, but I definitely have the Thatcher one. I don't play much Nomad. I think I should. I should get the.
Why do you have the Thatcher one if you always ban him?
Well, you always ban him.
No.
We just happened to play together.
No.
That's how it works.
Moving on.
Moving on. Man, that was good. I mean, we were talking about Kanga. We were talking about FNATIC. Kanga, they did really well first up, and I want to give them that credit. Bank was great, and it wasn't FNATIC playing badly. Sometimes you look at a game and you're like, FNATIC are playing really poorly. But no, Kanga stepped up. They played like a Pro League team, and they are now. Yeah,
they basically were just trading rounds really for the entirety of that map, and Kanga were so close to taking it, and that would have gone against our expectations, the majority of your expectations, probably FNATIC's expectations.
Oh yeah,
but,
they would
look,
be.
It just
so
wasn't
bad.
quite meant to be.
No, FNATIC do have this magical ability of not losing. In ANZ Pro League, they don't do amazing. They very rarely do really, really good in ANZ Pro League. Like, just the local scene, something about it. They tend to drop games, but they never lose. They just draw.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is they get on match point against them. They're like, guys, we're not going to lose. And then they come back. And that's what happened consistently. But for Kanga here, right, you go 6-6 in your first map. It's amazing. You're on match point for 2 rounds, I think it was. And then you move into map number 2. You get 7-1. Unit Doggy, who was being a bit hard on himself there, he had 0 kills on the map. I think that's why he was a bit mad. Also, was he the guy? Yeah, he was the guy who got spawn peak too. So, man, imagine it's your second Pro League game and you go 0 kills. In the very final round, you get spawn peak 1 tapped by a pistol.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I would be happy.
You wouldn't be happy. I mean, I think what we can take out from this is that FNATIC are not indestructible. Because if Kanga can take it up to them and draw a map, I guess the question is, what does that mean for the other teams? Wildcard, they're probably looking at this pretty happy. Anixium potentially as well. Maybe even teams like Homeless, who haven't had the best success against them, and now feeling a little bit more confident knowing that a brand new team to Pro League can draw a map with FNATIC. And look, that's something that we definitely didn't expect. Yeah,
I'm with you on that. And yeah, there is a bit of a target on their back now. They see weakness. It's like when, I think there's a meme out there, it bleeds. That's kind of how other teams are looking at FNATIC right now. And yeah, well, FNATIC, we can't get past this. FNATIC have dropped points already in the Pro League. 2 points that could be theirs right now. They're sitting on 4 points on the standings instead of 6 like Anixium because they didn't get the double win today. And that might not seem like much, but man, once we get to the end of the Pro League and we're talking about, like last season, because it was so close, you were here for that week, I had written out all of the head-to-head tiebreakers, that if two teams have the same number of points, there's an order of operations. It's like BODMAS of like how you determine which team is higher, and it is complicated. And it actually comes down to that. If you drop points to teams like Kanga.
Yeah, well, we saw it in the last season. Oddity, now rebranded, of course. They finished third, and they were 2 points behind Wildcard, who went on to not only progress through the APAC finals, but also, of course, that means they qualified for the Sixth Invitational. So yeah, those 2 points could become quite costly. FNATIC in the last season, they were pretty well clear of that sort of safety net. They were 4 points ahead of dropping out. So it might not be the most costly in the very end, but when they're versing other stronger teams, if they lose points to them, then it can stack up pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure. We've talked a lot about Kanga tonight as well. I think they've done great. Let's have a chat to Yoshi from Kanga. Hi, Yoshi. Welcome to the Pro League. How's it feel after your first 2 Pro League games?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty happy with how we went, especially on that first map. But
yeah, I mean, we were just having a chat about that. I think there's a lot to be proud of there.
Yeah, and I guess the question that I have for you, Yoshi, you guys coming straight from the Challenger League, obviously a lot of preparation, I'm assuming, has gone into this season. Maybe detail us, what have you guys been doing as preparation? How does the team feel, and how are you sort of looking at the rest of this season? We saw you put a really strong performance there against FNATIC. How are you guys feeling?
Well, actually, we had a 3-week break over the Christmas holidays, so we only started maybe a week ago. In terms of our plan for FNATIC, it was pretty basic and simple, kind of noticing their games from the quals, and then we kind of just went from there. And then in terms of the bank pick, obviously that's been a comfort pick for us for a long period of time. We didn't have a good showing on it against Cryptic. Is what it is. The pressure got to us there, but we felt really comfortable today going there, and it obviously worked out. Unfortunately, we couldn't close it out, but we did our best. In terms of the Consulate pick, I think that was more in terms of we wanted to remove one of Wildcard's map from next week, so we're kind of playing the long game in terms of bans there. So.
I like that. That was very smart. Credit to you. And I mean, Wildcard got to be watching this, and they're going to be waving their fists at you like that. I also want to say, I didn't say this before, congratulations on the pickup of Kanga Esports. So you guys have been represented just by Rhythm, just your own name for a while now. So congrats on that. Just quickly before we end up, 6-6 against FNATIC. That is the achievement that you guys have so far in the Pro League, and you're only 2 games in. For the rest of the Pro League season, what's your forecast? Where are you guys aiming to end up?
I think we'll take each map or each game as it comes and go from there. I mean, every team is completely different, but I mean, considering how quickly we kind of notice weaknesses, I think we should be okay. But my team's going to hate me to say this, but we can never get complacent. So, we're just going to make sure we take each map one by one and have confidence in ourselves and what we do.
All right, thank you very much, Yoshi. Well played today, or well coached today, however you want to say it. And yeah, good job, mate. And we'll catch you next week.
Thank you. Cheers, boys.
I love it. So wholesome.
The biggest takeout I got from that was the fact that they were willing to ban a map to screw over Wildcard. That is...
How good is that?
That's pretty big brain, because of how the map veto process works, in this first week, a team can actually play a map twice because of sort of how it works